friends, welcome again. Today in this video we are going to discuss about law of diminishing marginal utility. This law reflects the human behavior. This is based on cardinal utility approach. This law was first explained by German economist H. H. Gaussian in 1854. So, this law is also known as the first law of Gaussian. After that, Marshall explained it. Before we see the description of the law, we should be aware about the definition of utility, total utility, and marginal utility. Utility is the want satisfying capacity of goods and services. Total utility is the sum total of satisfaction which a human being gets from the consumption of all the units of a particular good. Marginal utility is the change in total utility due to consumption of an additional unit. Now we will see the assumptions of the law. The first assumption is consumer behaves rationally. The next one is marginal utility of money remains constant. Third assumption is that consumption process goes on continuously. Next one is utility can be added. Next is suitable quantities of goods are used. Next is no change in price, no change in taste, preference and fashion. Mental condition of consumer should be stable or constant and goods are not perfectly substitute. This law states that if a consumer continuously uses more and more units of a thing, the utility which he derives from every successive unit goes on decreasing. It happens because human wants is being satisfied by the process of continuous consumption and the consumer gets less and less satisfaction. To explain this law, we can take a simple example of a hungry person. Suppose a hungry person gets first slice of bread to eat and he receives the highest satisfaction. Then he eats the next slice and it will give him less satisfaction than the first one. If consumer continues the consumption process and uses the third slice, it will give less satisfaction than the second one and so on. So the utility will continuously diminishes as the consumer continues consumption till it drops down to zero. Suppose that the fifth bread slice completely satisfies his hunger. This is the point of satiety. This point gives him the maximum total satisfaction. Here the value of marginal utility is 0 because his need or want is completely satisfied. If he will be insisted to eat 6 slices of bread, it will cause disutility to consumer. Total utility will begin to diminish and marginal utility will become negative. A rational consumer will stop the process of consumption on the point of satiety. Even the good costs free to consumer, he will not want to consume more units of it. So in short, we can say that the more we have a thing, the less we want still more of that thing. This occurs because of every successive unit provide the consumer less additional satisfaction. Now we can explain this law by the schedule and diagram. Here you are able to see a table which shows total utility and marginal utility. As you are able to see that when a consumer uses bread slice from first to sixth, he will get marginal utility decreasing, continuously decreasing. On fifth bread slice, consumption of fifth bread slice, the marginal utility becomes zero and total utility becomes maximum. So this point is the point of consumer satisfaction or the point of satiety. This can be explained by the diagram. Here you can see we have taken x-axis the consumption of units, and on y-axis we have taken marginal utility. The diminishing marginal utility curve is continuously decreasing. On fifth unit of bread slice, it there will be zero marginal utility, and if the consumption process increases on sixth unit, it become negative. So this law elaborates consumers' equilibrium in a situation when only one good is consumed. Consumer will be in equilibrium when he gets maximum satisfaction, and here consumer is in equilibrium when mu is zero and total utility is maximum. There are some exceptions and importance of the law. We can see them as, first of all, we will see the exceptions. Uh, in prestigious goods, luxurious goods, case of intoxicants, rare collection, and exception of music, there may be some conditions where this law cannot work. But these are only some exceptions. And importance of the law is that this law is the basis of law of demand, and it is helpful in public finance decision. So that's all for today's video.